We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Good afternoon and welcome to Steve Woodcock Sports Centre for this RAA NPLSA Round 7 clash between Campbelltown and Para Hills. Thank you for joining me, Mark Talbot, in what should be an intriguing encounter between 8th and 9th on the ladder. Campbelltown coming in to this game with a loss to Croydon and Para Hills with a hard-fought draw against Adelaide United last week. Both teams have 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw, just in a different order in the last 5 games. Quickly run through the lineups for today's clash, starting with Para Hills, the away team. Number 3, Merritt. Number 4, Ulaj. Number 7, Amanda. Number 8, Kurakwamana. Number 9, Hussein. Number 10, De Oliveira. Number 12, Almeida. Number 14, Hassan. Number 15, Smith. Number 16, Felix. And number 99, Dellingas in goal for Para Hills. And your home side, Campbelltown, for today's match. Number 1, Magetto. Number 6, Boffa. Number 7, Allright. Number 8, Mullen and captain. Number 9, Marino. Number 11, Murray. Number 14, Adam Piscineri. Number 17, Brenton Centofanti. Number 19, Karachi. Number 21, Maricic. And number 23, Apia Kubu. And on the bench for the two sides, Liam Bruno, Baresi, Graves, Piscineri, Brenton Centofanti and Malisi for Campbelltown. And for Para Hills, Aluch Sukar, Maradi, Williams, Stretha, Simopoulos and Kamburu. As we get ourselves ready for an enticing and intriguing battle here between, like I said, 2 teams, neither of them where they would want to be, especially Campbelltown, who are currently sitting in ninth spot under Para Hills, who are in 8th on 8 points, and Campbelltown on 7. But the big winners so far this weekend were FK Beergrave with last night's 2-0 victory over Modbury Jets in the Anzac Day clash, which put them from 11th to 7th up on 9 points. So depending on results today between Para Hills and Campbelltown, they could stay there, but we'll have to wait and see for our 90 minutes as the 2 teams enter the field of play, led by our referee Daniel Faulkner, assistant referee 1 Nick Elligan, and our assistant referee number 2 Ibrahim Zaidi. We have Campbelltown's mascots today, the under-9s, walking out with them, led by Alex Mullen and De Oliveira for Para Hills. And we will quickly go through the ladder for today, just prior to this game, because there have been a couple of games already played in the NPL, RAA NPLSA. Adelaide City, with their win the other day, have jumped to top spot on 14 points. Metro sitting in 2nd on 13. They play today. Adelaide Comets in 3rd on 12. Adelaide United on 11 points, and they're still to play today, with alongside Playford on 9 points, who are also playing today. Croydon 9 points, FK Beergrad 9 points. Both have played round 7 already. Para Hills and Campbelltown here in 8th and 9th on 8 and 7 points respectively. Modbury Jets on 7 points, along with Raiders, who have also both played their Anzac weekend clash already. And in 12th spot with 4 points is Burkalla, and they will be playing today as well. And I will keep you up to date on scores around the grounds. Across the NPLSA and State League 1. RAA, major sponsors of the NPL here in SA, and have done so for a number of years. It's fantastic. Have them on board, and when we do cross, we will have One World. The time clock and the scoreboard is the One World LED and Sportive scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. As the teams, Para Hills are in their huddle. Campbelltown have already had theirs, and the coin toss has been done. As we get ready for kickoff. It looks like Campbelltown will line up in a 4-3-3. We'll see Alex Mullen continue to deputise in the back lines alongside Jordan Maricic today. Boffer at left back. As we're about to get us underway, Daniel Faulkner just checking numbers, and away we go in this round 7 RA NPLSA clash here at Steve Woodcock, and it's a long ball through, and Dellingus will pick that up and gets a nice early touch. As he goes long, and All Right wins the first header and the second ball and goes long. Looking for Apia Kubi, sorry. Throw in on the far side to Campbelltown. Maricic at the back for Campbelltown. Crossfield ball from Mullen, looking for Maury on this near side, and finds him up against Merritt. Crosses but blocked. Not cleared all the way, and Centofanti picks it up. Gives it away. Para Hills come away with it, but only as far as Piscineri. He finds Centofanti, who dummies it for Maury. Maury on his left whips a dangerous ball in. Cleared there by Ulaj. And Smith does well. Doesn't clear it as far as he needs to. And Boffer wins it back for Maury. Maury looks to take on Almeida and does so. Crosses in. This time it's collected by De Oliveira, who runs away with it. And he's just looking for options now. De Oliveira, captain of Para Hills, fantastic player. Really enjoy watching him play, and he goes long. Looking for Amanda, and Mullen knocks that back to Magetto for his first touch of the game. Here is Mullen on the far side. Piscineri to Maricic. He goes long, looking for Maury in behind Merritt. Merritt gets there first, but he is surrounded by two players, and Boffer wins it. And Dellingus for Para Hills has it. Happy to take his time. Goes long. Only as far as Boffer. Boffer brings it down in the left back roll, and he's able to keep it and go down the line, and does so. Gives it away to Merritt. Merritt goes inside to Kurikwamana. He's able to turn and finds Smith. Smith under pressure immediately from Maricic. Maricic wins it, but only as far as Kurkumana. Para Hills keep the ball. Kurkumana beats Marino. Goes long. Looking for Felix on that far side. Doesn't find him. Here's Almeida, finds Kurkumana, turns out of trouble really well there from Kurkumana, and he's able to get down the line. He looks to cross and does so, looking for Felix on the far side. The slip, Felix on his left, can't bring it under control. Goes wide, all right, forces him wide, does well, force him back. Here's Hassan. Crosses with his left and blocked there by Karachi, and out for a corner, the first one of the game to Para Hills. De Oliveira will swing this one in on that far side, right footer in swinger, and he looks to go near post, cleared by Campbelltown, only as far as De Oliveira again for a throw in this time. Hassan brought down there by Apia Kubi. De Oliveira will get on this one and look to swing it in. And Campbelltown have some defending to do. De Oliveira looks to swing it in, does so, goes far post. Great touch there by Hassan, but the linesman's flag's gone up and Magetto gets away with that one. Doesn't quite get there. Daniel Faulkner originally signalled for a corner, but it was flagged offside. Alex Mullen picks it up from Magetto in goal, sporting the headgear. He did take a knock in round one, which was a very scary sight to see. He was then a couple of weeks off for concussion rule, but it's good to see that he's back and in between the sticks and feeling good, which is great to see. He goes long, looking for Karachi in behind, but Dellingus playing high, knocks it out first time volley with a great distribution there from Dellingus, and Felix unable to bring that under control. Piscineri for Campbelltown. All right, all the way back to Magetto. Boffa leaves it short, and Aman does well to win it and wins it, does so. Mullen comes across him, cleans up, does very well. He's happy to see that one out now for a goal kick. Great covering there from Alex Mullen, but Boffa just left Maricic in a little bit of trouble there. Daniel's going to have a chat with Amanda here, who wouldn't leave the assistant Nick Elligan alone. Did not agree with that call. He's being told to move on. Campbelltown goes short. Maricic out to Alex Mullen on the far side. He's happy to go back. Para Hills lining up in a bit more of a traditional 4-4-2 at the moment, with Hussein and Amanda playing as this two strikers. Here's Mullen, goes down the line looking for right, cut out by Felix. He then comes inside to De Oliveira, who in turn goes to Kurkumana, and Apia Kubi wins that back and releases Mori on this near side. Mori up against Merritt, takes him line, cuts back inside, finds Santafanti at the top of the box, and he looks to try and beat De Oliveira, but can't. De Oliveira comes away with it. Here's Kirk Romana. He beats Apia Kubi, and the ref says there is no advantage and calls the free kick there. And thanks to One World LED and Sporter Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. We've got a goal in State League 1 early, 10th minute. Is Adelaide Blue Eagles against Fulham. And Adelaide Blue Eagles have taken a 1-0 lead there at home, just down the road from where we are today at Marden. Dellingus goes long. Mullen wins the head for Campbelltown, and Apia Kubi gets the flick. Can't get to Karachi though. Here's De Oliveira. He goes inside to Kurukwamana. He looks to beat Piscineri, but steps on the ball, and Apia Kubi comes away with it. Finds Marino. Marino gets it under control and goes wide to Karachi. Karachi back inside to Marino, but cut out by Ulaj. High one. And eventually Boffa brings that under control, but Smith nips in and takes it off him. It's a little bit scrappy at the moment, and Para Hills come away with it through Smith. He goes inside, but it's cut out by Piscineri. In turn, he finds Brandon Santafanti, who keeps the ball, and happy to keep it, and goes back to all right at right back to this afternoon. Here's Marino. Maricic caught on the ball, and luckily he finds Piscineri. He looks to find Boffa down the line. Boffa's going to do well to keep that in, and can't quite keep that in, and it's out for a goal kick. And this is the only kickoff at 3 o'clock in the NPL today. Adelaide United kick off at 6:30 this evening against West Torrens Bacalla, and Metro Stars kick off at 7:30 at home to Playford. Dellingus goes long. Kurukwamana and Santafanti in the middle. Kurukwamana wins the header. Mori comes away with it and looks to turn Merritt, and does so. Finds Apia Kubi inside. Para Hills win it, but not for long. Boffa. Santafanti, he switches it out to all right on the far side, and in turn he goes wider to Karachi. Karachi to take on Hassan. Goes inside to Santafanti. He looks to find Apia and Kubi, and can't quite find him. All the way through to Dellingus. Campbelltown a little bit more of traditional when I say traditional, a bit more of a 4-3-3 in their lineup. So that midfield battle will be quite an interesting one. Here's Karachi on the far side. He does keep that in. Hassan muscles him out of that one and goes all the way back to Dellingus. Again, Dellingus goes long. Mullen wins the head. Ulaj brings that down for Para Hills, and have to step on it and take his time. He looks for Smith, and Boffa cuts that out. Maricic goes all the way back to Luca Magetto. Goes long looking for Murray. Murray wins the first header and the second ball. It's up against Merritt. Merritt forces him wide. Smith cuts it out, but Santafanti wins it. Finds Murray inside. Murray cuts in on his right. Finds Marino. Marino hits it first time and forces Dellingus into a save. And Murray's there for the follow-up. And he's put it wide of the post. He really should have made that 1-0 to Campbelltown. But unfortunately for him and Campbelltown, he's not able to put that on target. The initial shot from Marino stung the palms of Dellingus. Only able to force that back into a dangerous area. And Murray unable to make it count. we've got another goal in State League 1. Salisbury United at home to South Adelaide Panthers. South Adelaide Panthers, who are really struggling at the moment in that State League 1, sitting bottom after being relegated last year, have taken the lead 1-0 over Salisbury United, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Here's Murray with the throw, looking for Apia Kubi, finds him inside the box. He's able to get a touch, and then Almeida puts it out for a corner to Campbelltown. As I said, neither side in the best of forms at the moment. Campbelltown lost last week to Croydon, and they won 2 in a row against Modbury and Comets in round 4 and 5. Karachi looking to swing this in. Right footer, didn't swing her. Goes short, Piscineri at the top of the box. He looks to go far post, looking for centre finds. Mullen's up there. Neither of them can win it, and Oulage wins the header, and Para Hills come away with it. Here's De Oliveira, battles it with Mullen. Mullen wins the tackle there and keeps it. Goes line, looking for Apia Kubi. He crosses first time, and challenge there from Mullen is a foul. And Dellingus will slow this down. And as I was saying, Campbelltown, like I said, not in the best of forms. 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw in this season so far. And in round 2 they drew with Berks, and round 1 they had the loss to Metro. Para Hills faring not much better though. Also a draw to Adelaide United, hard fought draw to 2-2 with Adelaide United last week. 2-0 loss to Croydon, a 1-0 loss to Comets in round 4. They did win the derby in round 3 against Modbury, 1-0, and lost to Playford in round 2. I was there for that game, and that was not a good day for Para Hills at all, losing 8-1 and drawing the first game of the season 3-3 with Burkalla. But it is an interesting battle between these two. Campbelltown scored 10 goals so far this season, but they've conceded 15. It's not good, but it's not the ideal scenario. We've got one of the worst defences in the league, along with Para Hills, conceding 15 goals. But they have scored 10. It's up there with some of the best, of 4th sort of highest goal scorers in the league. Para Hills only scored 8, but they've conceded 15, so they have some work to do. Both sides to get themselves further up the table. Here's Oulage, finds Amanda, brings it down and goes wide to Hassan. Hassan cuts back inside, unable to go any further, and he goes back to Amanda. He cuts inside on his right foot, but Piscineri's there, and he's happy to knock that one out for a throw in. Here's wide Hassan on the far side. Left foot looks to swing it in and does so, and Maricic is there to clear. Only as far as De Oliveira. He'll recycle. Keeps the ball, goes back to Kurakwamana. In turn to Almeida at the back. He goes and tries to find Smith's feet, but Boffa cuts that out. And a good battle between the two. And Campbelltown end up coming away with it, but Merritt's on the job and he keeps the ball moving. There is Kurakwamana again, finds Oulage at the back, who's come inside and playing in a centre-back role this week. He has been playing left-back the past few weeks. And that's a free kick. Up here, Kubi into the back of Kurakwamana. Amanda clips the ball out to Merritt. Merritt brings it down, but can't keep it close enough, and Boffa's there. Finds Murray. Murray looks to beat De Oliveira, but can't. Wins it back. Here's Boffa. He looks to find Marino in behind, and Marino's a willing runner, and we'll get on the end of this. Almeida tracks him back and does very well to knock that out, and Marino wins the throw. Here is Boffa with the throw. Goes to Murray in the corner. He looks to beat Smith, but can't. And wins a free kick. Wins a free kick. As Daniel Faulkner's found a foul there from Smith. Karachi will come all the way across for this one. Karachi will look to swing this in with his right foot again in swinger. Piscineri set up the exact same as last time from their corner. See which way he goes with this one. If he'll go short, if he'll look to go long. And he does. He goes long. Middle of the goal. De Oliveira is there with the first header. Mullen can't get a foot on it and cleared by Kurkumana. And as far as Allright. Amanda's there quickly to put pressure on him. And Allright does well to turn him. And then to turn straight into trouble. And Felix for Para Hills cleans up. And Hassan comes away with it. He finds Amanda on that far side. Felix crosses early, but Maricic is there to clear. Clears it out for a throw-in on the far side. We have a second goal in the Salisbury South Adelaide game. 24 minutes into the game, and South Adelaide have taken a 2-0 lead over Salisbury. Alex Mullen cuts that one out, but Hassan wins it back. Goes to Amanda. Smith. Cleared by Maricic, only as far as Kurkumana. Here's Merritt. Merritt gets it back from Kurkumana, but then gives it away, and Murray cleans up and comes away with it. He goes inside to Centofanti, who's got some space in the middle of the park, but Felix tracks back really well and cuts that one out. Here's Amanda. Merritt. Here's Ulage. Alex Mullen steps out and wins it. Goes into the midfield. He looks for Apia Kubi in behind but can't find him. Here's Centofanti. Finds Alex Mullen again. Mullen gets past Hussein and then keeps the ball. Goes all the way back to Allright. Maricic looks for his options and he goes long looking for Murray and finds him. Murray's able to keep it. He brings in Piscineri. Piscineri goes long looking for Boffa over the top and finds him. Keeps it in. Only for a moment and then knocks it out for a goal kick. As we approach the 22nd minute of this first half. As Para Hills go short and then go long, and Boffa wins the first header. Here's Apia Kubi. He hits it, and Dellingus wasn't sure about that and gets a touch and pushes it out for a corner. We have a second goal in the Adelaide Blue Eagles Fulham game in State League 1, and Fulham have equalised to make it 1-1 in the 24th minute. Thanks to One World LED and Sportal for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. We have a corner. Looks to be James Karachi taking them from both sides. This one will be a right-footed outswinger. He goes near post and cleared by Smith, but only as far as Allright. Allright heads it back in, and Dellingus comes out and claims that one. In this intriguing RAA NPLSA round 7 clash. RAA proud sponsors of the National Premier League here in SA. And Amanda, looks like Kurkumana, sorry, looking for Smith on that far side, but Nick Elegant flags him for offside. Looks like Smith and Felix have just traded flanks for a minute, see if either of them can get a little bit more joy out of the other side. Long looking for Murray. Merritt can't quite cut that out, but doesn't get a touch, and it goes out for a throw-in. And another goal in the Salisbury South Adelaide game. And unbelievably, South Adelaide have taken a 3-0 lead in that match. And that's the third goal in 10 minutes for South Adelaide. It's a massive turnaround for Souths, who are sitting bottom of the table at the moment. Here's Marino, who was going to line it up, but he looked to play in Karachi, but couldn't get him in behind. And Hassan dealt with that very well and just ushered Karachi where he wanted him to go. And the ball goes over the line for a goal kick. So there's not too bad a crowd here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre for this Round 7 RAA NPLSA clash. As I can see players from other clubs here. I can see Toriani from Raiders and Lorenzo Baselli from FK Beergrade, who have both already played their games for this weekend. Both having different fortunes for the weekend. Baselli in a 2-0 win last night, as Maricic looks for Murray in behind. Doesn't find him, and Delengas takes it. And Toriani in a 2-0 loss to Comets on Thursday night for Raiders. Here's Delengas. He goes long, looking for Amanda, but Alex Mullen cuts that out. He looks to find Karachi in behind Hassan, and he gets there first, and then can't do much more with it, unfortunately, and that goes out for another goal kick. De Oliveira for Para Hills. Goes inside to Almeida, who goes long. Maricic shields Hussein out the way, and Mullen cleans up and goes back to Luca Maggetto in goal. Maricic finds Piscineri. It goes all the way back to Maggetto, who in turn is forced to go long from the pressure from Amanda, but Merritt can't win that. And Murray's going to put him under a lot of pressure and does so, but Faulkner's found a free kick there. Which Almeida will take. Here's Kirkleman of Para Hills in the middle of the park. Goes wide to Hassan. He cuts back inside on to find De Oliveira. His options are limited, and he goes back to Almeida, who brings it forward and finds Merritt. Merritt goes inside to Hussein. He goes to Amanda, who lets it slip a little bit, but then he goes wide to Merritt. Good build-up play here from Para Hills. Merritt swings it in, looking for Hassan. Can't get there. Karachi clears. Only as far as Felix, who's able to get the ball down that left-hand side. He crosses. There's Alex Mullen with a defensive clearance and out for a corner. Just some stats. Campbelltown certainly like to push the ball around. Up to and including round 5. The average passes per 90 were 352 passes. Para Hills 288. And certainly a difference in possession as well. Campbelltown at 50, like to keep the ball, 53%. Para Hills happy to play without the ball at 44%, as Daniel Faulkner's going to have a word with both sides here in the box. De Oliveira will swing this one in from the far side, an in-swinger. He goes middle of the goal and Amanda gets there and save there from Ulaj, and then it's Ulaj knocks that one in, and Para Hills take a 1-0 lead in the 28th minute. Ulaj with the first effort that Magetto is able to get a hand to, but he's only able to force it straight back to Ulaj, who then knocks it in. And Para Hills, like I said, take that 1-0 lead in what is a big game here for both teams. Both teams need 3 points, and Para Hills have taken the first step to claiming them in today's RAA NPLSA Round 7 clash. And Campbelltown have some work to do now. They've had most of the ball, done most of the pressure, but Para Hills able to make it count on a set piece. Delingus goes long. Mullen clears with the head to Centofanti. Pressure from De Oliveira, wins it back, and he's in now. And he looked to chip Magetto, and he's done so, and he's made it 2-0. Contender for goal of the week. He's noticed Luca Magetto off his line, and he's chipped him from about 25 yards out and has taken a 2-0 lead. For what was a very quiet game has now just burst into life, and Para Hills have taken a quick 2-0 lead with goals coming in the 28th and 29th minute. And Campbelltown now have a lot of work to do. And Amanda into the back of Centofanti, and he wins the free kick as the Campbelltown substitutes make their way down to warm up. Here's Maricic. He looks to find Apiakubi, but only finds Ulaj. And Ulaj clears only as far as Mullen. He goes wide to Karachi. He's able to come inside and finds Apiakubi. Apiakubi up against Ulaj. Ulaj does well to force him wide. He hasn't got much help out there at the moment. And in the end, Felix comes back and helps win the goal kick. A real confidence flowing through Para Hills now at the moment, especially scoring 2 very quick goals in succession there, with Ulaj scoring from a corner and De Oliveira hustling and winning the ball back high, seeing Magetto off his line and able to chip him with a delightful finish. Para Hills go long and wins the flick. Here's Mullen, wins it back, and Hussein puts pressure on Magetto. He does well to beat him, and he takes his time but does well and looks for Boffa on this near side, and Boffa keeps it in. He looks to go in behind Merritt for Maury for chase, but probably puts a little bit too much on that, and Dellinger's happy to boot that one out. Here's Centofanti. All the way back to Maricic. Hassan goes long looking for Gloramanda. He just gets under Mullen, and Mullen wins the free kick. And Luca Magetto goes to Mullen, gets the ball moving again. Marino sitting a little bit deeper at the moment. Picks the ball up and goes to Boffa. Boffa goes back to Piscineri. Barry Hill's just happy to let Campbelltown have the ball at the back. He goes long looking for Boffa and finds him. Here is Boffa. He looks to cross but then goes back to Piscineri. He goes inside but no one's there. And Almeida comes away with it. He looks to find Smith and releases Smith on this near side. Smith goes down the line further to Amanda. Amanda tries to cut it inside but Mullen's there and wins it. And he plays Maricic and Maricic around the corner to Boffa. Boffa gives it away to De Oliveira. He in turn goes to Kurukwamana and goes wider to Felix. Felix on the far side. He'll look to cross and does so. He goes far post. There's no one there, but Smith comes around the back and Boffa does, in the end, win a free kick. But a very interesting first touch there from Boffa. Put himself into some trouble and luckily manages to win the free kick off of Smith. Here's Maricic for Campbelltown. And there's another goal in the Salisbury South Adelaide game, thanks to One World LED and scoreboard. South Adelaide have taken a 4-0 lead before half time. And I know Matt Gaston won't be happy about that. Here's De Oliveira. He lines up, gets it back onto his right, looks for Smith, but Boffa cuts that one out and finds Karachi on the far side. Hassan muscles him and eventually gives away a throw-in. And that's 4 goals in 12 minutes. Well, actually, sorry, just a little bit longer than that for SA Panthers, South Adelaide Panthers. So a massive result there for them. As I did just see Damien Murray walk past me in the commentary box. Jim Savalas from Comets is also here, so there's plenty of local football people around coming out to watch this game today, if their games have already been played or still to be played. Here's Karachi inside the box, cuts it back and Dellingus cuts that angle out very well, made himself big, and Ulaj comes away with it. Very well played there from Para Hills. Here's Amanda, he finds Smith on this near side, but Murray cuts him down straight away and all the way back to Almeida. Well played there from Para Hills. They're able to play themselves out of trouble. Here's Kurukwamana. He looks for Hussein, who tries the flick, but it doesn't work. But Piscineri gives it away to Amanda, and he looks to chip Luca Magetto as well. But Magetto was on his toes, and this one goes just wide. Amanda certainly watching De Oliveira there and thinking, what you can do, I can try. Didn't quite work that time. Here's Luca Magetto with the goal kick. He goes short to Maricic. He in turn goes long looking for Marino, but cut out by Merritt. Here's De Oliveira for Para Hills. He finds Hussein. Little flick between from Hussein to Kurukwamana. He plays in Amanda. He's able to hit it on his right boot and does, and glazes that over the top of the bar. That's a really good chance there for Para Hills to make it 3. And Amanda went for power, but unable to keep that one down and goes over. And that could have been real trouble there for Campbelltown. They've got a lot of work to do as it is. They have sort of moved around a little bit, Campbelltown. The Murray's gone out to the right hand side. Karachi's come out to the left. Marino's dropped into a number 10 role, trying to pick up the ball. Here's Santafanti. He heads it without realising it, and De Oliveira wins it. He goes back to Kurukwamana. But those two certainly ran this midfield for Para Hills, and I don't think Piscineri or Santafanti have been able to keep up. And Mullen brings down Hussein. just held him up, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does here. And he sent him off. It's a straight red card for Mullen. He's denied it. Ref seen that as denying a goal scoring opportunity. And that's just gone from bad to worse for Campbelltown, with Mullen seeing red. And just made Campbelltown's day that little bit harder as Mullen makes his way off. And that will now need... Dan Mullen will now need to work out what he's going to do at the back. As it looks to be Piscineri takes the armband. And it does mean that they'll play just over half the game with 10 men. It does look that they will look to make a sub, and they've called Liam Bruno back, who is a natural left-footed fullback, so they'll look to bring him on. And I dare say they may just push Boffa into the centre-back role and bring Liam Bruno on. It's just a matter of who makes way for Liam Bruno. My guess is that they'll look to take off Karachi, one of the wingers, which will either be Mori or Karachi, and just purely on experience alone, I think they'll take Karachi off and bring on Liam Bruno, but we'll wait and see. I'll keep you updated on that. Here's Amanda over the ball. He's going to look to hit it, and does. And forces a great save from Magetto there and pushes it wide for a corner. Plenty of time to see it, but he still had to get across, and he's done very well there to keep that on target. He's gone over the wall and under the bar. And Magetto gets himself across and pushes that one out. Here's Kirklemani, leaves that short, but De Oliveira comes away with it into the box and forces another corner. And the two goal scorers today for Para Hills, it's their first ones for the season. De Oliveira and Ulaj haven't scored this season, but they have now. We've had Hussein and Simopoulos both score two, with Amanda, Kirklemani, Conant and Smith all scoring one, and De Oliveira now and Ulaj can add their names to that list. He goes near post, cut out by Karachi, but won by Amanda, still in the box. Manages to force out, but up here Kubi comes away with it. He looks to release Mori, but doesn't. Does on the second chance. And here's Mori, he looks to run away with it, but Hassan's looking to catch him. And Merritt comes across and knocks that one out for a throw-in. Here's all right. Goes to Maricic. Maricic in turn out to Piscineri, who's just sitting in at the left back at the moment as Boffa's moved into the right sided centre back role, vacated by Mullen. Here's Karachi inside to Piscineri. Piscineri looks to find Centefante, hits that, takes a deflection, and just dealt with by Delingus there. That popped up. The spin was a very awkward one for Delingus, and he does well in the end. Here's Apia Kubi for Campbelltown. Looks to take on Almeida. Can't do so, but he's taken a knock to the face and holds the ball in his feet, and eventually the ref calls that a free kick, as you cannot hold the ball with your feet, as he did there, and he did take a knock to the face. So this might be the chance for Campbelltown to make their change, but doesn't look to be just yet. Still haven't quite worked out what they're doing at the back at this stage. So Boffa's has stayed at left back, and it looks to be Piscineri now sitting at centre back. As Apia Kubi receives some treatment for a stray hand to the face. I don't think there was much in it, but for me, Para Hills have certainly been winning the midfield battle. And that's De Oliveira and Kirklemani have been fantastic in there. As Campbelltown now do make that change. And they've taken off centre Fanti, the holding midfielder, to bring on Liam Bruno. So they've moved all right into centre back from right back. Boffer's gone from left to right. And Liam Bruno's gone in at left back. Centre Fanti's come off, which does surprise me a little bit, but he's leaving his attacking options on the park, and Maricic gives away the free kick. So it looks to be Marino's going to drop into a midfield role and leave Apia Kubi all alone up top. Here's Hussein on his left. Does hit it eventually and goes for that far post, but can't keep it under the bar. As we do approach half-time here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre in this RAA Round 7 NPLSA clash. Here's Apia Kubi, wins the header, but goes the wrong way. Maricic cleans up. Here's Karachi, now operating on this near side. Looks to go around Merritt, and does, but Merritt tracks back really well. He goes back to Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno all the way back to Maricic. Here's All Right, who's just tucked inside and now playing centre back. Maury flips it around Hassan and looks to go line to find Boffer, and almost finds him, and Ulaj is across to cover it, and then looks to see it out but doesn't, and eventually wins the goal kick. As we are in the 45th minute, and we'll just have whatever time is deemed necessary from Daniel Faulkner. And Delingus will certainly take his time with this goal kick, or as much time as he's allowed to. As I did see Jamie Signorello get booked last night for time wasting in the FKB A grade game. I hadn't seen that for a little while, to be honest, on a goal kick. And Delingus goes long. All right, doesn't win that. Amanda does for Para Hills. He finds Hassan. Hassan on his favoured left. Looks to drive forward and does. He looks for Smith in behind and finds him. Smith inside the box. He finds Hassan. Hassan still inside the box. Campbelltown close that option. Here's Felix. Felix will want to get on his left. He cuts on his right and crosses to the far post. And Merritt's at the far post, able to get it back. And Smith can't get it. Here's Amanda. He hits it and sends it just wide at the near post. Bit of confusion there between him and Kirk Romano about who was going to hit that one. And Amanda hits it, but just wide of Luca Magetto's left-hand post. As Magetto will now look to go long right before half-time, as we are in time added. And he goes long looking for Karachi. Neither of them win it, but Merritt does in the end. Here's De Oliveira for Para Hills. Up against Maury. Bounces off him and comes away with the ball. He goes to Merritt on this near side. Here is Merritt, and he'll happily keep it. Goes to De Oliveira, but he's muscled out of it by Marino. Piscineri turns away from him, but he's still there and eventually wins the free kick. He goes long, looking for Apia Kubi. He brings it down. He's up against Almeida. He looks to turn Almeida and keeps it in, and then Almeida wins the ball. Now for a throw. As we are at half-time in the Salisbury Panthers game in State League 1, with Panthers taking a commanding 4-0 lead into half-time. Big turnaround there for South Adelaide, who have been struggling of late and have only won one game in, I would say, probably over 390 odd days now. So a commanding lead there. Blue Eagles and Fulham also approaching half-time. That's still 1-1. Thanks to One World LED and Sportal for all your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. Here's De Oliveira. Clashes with Piscineri, who tries to turn out of trouble but wins the throw anyway. Goes long, but ref does not like where he's taken that from. Here's Liam Bruno with the throw and goes backwards to Maricic. He goes long, only as far as Almeida, who happily sees that through to Delingus. Here's Ulaj. Kurkomana finds Hassan. Hassan goes long, looking for Smith over the top and finds him. Magetto's come out and headed that one. And eventually the flag goes up on this near side for offside. It's scary for Campbelltown in the fact that they were able to get that one long ball through over the top. And Daniel Faulkner blows for half-time here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre in your round 7 RAA NPLSA clash, with Para Hills taking a 2-0 lead into this break. Thank you for joining me for that first 45. We're going to take a short break and come back with the second half, and I will see you then.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Labasso, a nice run forward, only him and Bartuli, and just couldn't quite get there. Wins the corner though, but Bartuli. Busasa sends it into the area, and it's Vaughan. Leaps in and tips it over the crossbar, and if he did not, that was going to rock that net.
Those lines of Tavares. He then cuts it to Voigt. Voigt with the touch inside, hits it, and that's a great save from Delingus.
Jason Konstantinopoulos one-on-one with Lazeka. Kristen Konstantinopoulos with a shot. Late tackle maybe, but great save there from Barbaro. One final chance for the Blue Eagles. It's a good ball in. It's got a flick. It's got a second one, but that's an unbelievable save from Sebastian Matosevic. We said Oscar Moore's man of the match, but he's kept 2 goals out that were clearly going in the back of the net.
He's made some unbelievable. Headed away. Only to Metro Stars though, edge of the box here. Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on.
What a goal. going. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That was insane. What a way to equalise.
Ryan Murati, only as far as Mullen. Mullen hits it with the outside line. Can you believe it? Mullen with a second outside of the right boot. Ryan's going to take it, and he does. And he picks his spot, and he finishes with a bomb. And that's his hat-trick, and the 8th goal for Playford to make it 8.
Costelli being put by Caden, now finds Anthony Costa top of the box, goes with his left foot. Anthony Costa gets a second. He's got a brace in the first half, and he's taken Adelaide Croatia into a 2-0 lead at half time, David.
That's a beautiful finish. He's just picked his spot out perfectly there, but gosh, Neograd have just left themselves exposed there.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, Football SA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with Football SA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Something here, plays out to Panagakos, and it's Panagakos! What an absolute cracker. Alicia Panagakos kicks off the season for Adelaide University.
And I mean, it at least keeps the play rolling instead of turning around.
It's gone in, Tom Miller and Bonner, and just as we were talking about just a minute ago, has had a very good last 20 minutes just come into the game. It is 1-0 up.
Goes to Yamada. Good turn. Needs to find an option. Might even look to go for herself. Nini Yamada! Makes it 3-2 for West Adelaide. 20 minutes left.
Such a quality player to have in this competition. Long shot there by Notridge. It's gone in! Well, it was just a speculative effort by Notridge, and it looked like Elliott never picked it up, and Comets have taken the lead.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resis, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the pre-season.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
Make its way through to Nicola despite the deflection. Here's Hazelwood, who does well to control the ball with the head. Hazelwood storming into the area, tries the shot, great save. And that should give Elliott a bit more confidence. He's done really, really well there. That ball was travelling.
Here's Hood, just needs to finish, gets it past Murphy. Needs to have some sort of hit. And Murphy manages to backpedal and make the stop.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
I think Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks, they're getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Steve Woodcock Sports Centre for this round 7 RAA NPLSA clash between Campbelltown and Para Hills. Campbelltown down to 10 men, down 2 goals. And a big second half needed for Campbelltown City. As Para Hills will get us underway for this second half. Looks to be no changes for either side, the way it finished in that first half. There is actually a change, sorry, for Para Hills. Maradi has come on. He'll look to go right back in place of Merritt. And that is the change for Para Hills. Apologies there, I didn't realise they'd made the change, but Maradi's come on at right back. Para Hills get us underway. Here's Karachi, steals the ball back for Campbelltown and goes all the way back to Liam Bruno. Here is Josh Murray. All right, who has, as I said, moved into the right-sided centre-back role. Here's Piscineri looking for Karachi. He's unable to bring it under control and finds Almeida, picks it up, and then the Oliveira. Now it's Felix. I'm sure of his touch there. That second touch let him down a little bit, forced him wide. He's up against Boffa. He goes back to De Oliveira. De Oliveira looking to find Hussein, but Marino tracking back, cuts that one out. As Para Hills look to begin this second half on the front foot. I can confirm I did manage to check up on some of the games around the grounds thanks to One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your LED indoor-outdoor solutions. South Adelaide 4-0 over Salisbury United, 4 goals, 3 of them from JJ Rideout. Goes short, up here Kubi just knocks that one up, and Amanda goes for the spectacular and doesn't connect. Luca Maggetto picks that one up, rolls it out to Piscineri. He goes long looking for Mori, and Maradi, who's come all the way across from right back, cuts that one out. Offer goes short, Piscineri. 1-2, gets it back, finds Karachi. Karachi unable to turn inside but keeps the ball. Boffa loses out to Hussein and wins it back, bit scrappy. Felix does well, forces it down the line, but only as far as All Right. All Right turns Hussein and comes back out this way, looks to find Apia Kubi and does. He looks for the flick in behind for Piscineri to run onto, but gets it cut out. Karachi gets down the line, looks to find Boffa in behind and wins the corner, the first one for Campbelltown in the second half. As Karachi takes this left-footed and swings at far post. Maricic wins the header but goes wide. Daniel Faulkner there sends Piscineri into the book for that challenge. There was no connection, but he did find that it was a late challenge, studs up. So Piscineri goes in with a booking. And that's the first booking, I believe, of the game, as Alex Mullen received his straight red marching orders in the first half. Here's Maradi on that far side. He cuts inside and finds Smith, but it's cut out by Piscineri. Liam Bruno goes long. A flick won by Apia Kubi, but only to Hassan, who picks it up. He keeps the ball. Goes to Felix. Looks Looks to go long again and finds Amanda down this left-hand side. He keeps it in. He's up against Boffa. Goes inside to Felix. Felix has got time. Goes further inside to De Oliveira. He in turn goes to Kurkumana, who loses it but manages to find the ball. And here's Hussein. He goes wide to Amanda. Amanda forces his way into the box, cuts it back, and there's Hussein, middle of the box, able to finish. No, sorry, Kurkumana, who finishes that one, and it would have been harder for him to miss. As Para Hills make it 3-0 inside the first 6 minutes of this second half. And this could be a long afternoon now for Campbelltown, as that was very easy for Para Hills to get into the box and find an open man inside the 6-yard box. Para Hills make it 3 in this RAA NPLSA clash. And it does go from bad to worse for Campbelltown. They've got a lot of work ahead of them now in this second half. Here's Marino, finds Karachi. De Oliveira forces a turnover. Here's Kurkumana. Here's Smith. Smith looking for Hussein in behind. And Allright guides that one back to Luca Magetto. I don't think anyone would have picked this result for Para Hills to be 3-0 up just inside the second half. Unfortunately, I was unable to be on the pod of one game at a time this week, so I don't know what the boys actually picked. I didn't have a chance to get to that stage of the show. But I do know that I picked Campbelltown to win this game, so I know that I'm wrong at this stage, unless there is a dramatic turnaround from Campbelltown. Here's Smith, and Liam Bruno is going to go into the book as well now for that challenge on De Oliveira. As the trainer goes on, Campbelltown needs to be very careful now. Got to keep their discipline. Got to keep their heads. They've got 2 players in the book now. Down a man. As I mentioned earlier, there are people from other teams and clubs in the crowd, as I also saw Adrian DeLoya, the coach of FK Beergrade here, former assistant coach here at Campbelltown under now Melbourne City women's coach Michael Matriciani, who has gone the season undefeated in the Women's A-League. Huge congratulations to Michael Matriciani. It's an amazing result to do that. So we get back underway here now with Almeida to take this free kick. De Oliveira just taking his time on the far sideline. Be a big loss if they lose him to injury. Him and Kurkumana have bossed this midfield for Para Hills today. Here's Hassan driving forward. He looks to shoot and does from about 35 yards, and that one sails over the bar and out for a goal kick. And just some lovely distribution there from Les Pogliacomo, the goalkeeper coach here at Campbelltown, former pro in the UK, played at Oldham. And that's a free kick, and Amanda's going to go into the book as well now, as we start to see the yellow cards piling up. That's 3 now, 2 to Campbelltown, 1 to Para Hills, as we have a goal in State League 1. Pontian Eagles and Adelaide Vipers, or should I say Adelaide Vipers and Pontian Eagles, played Adelaide Vipers home ground, and Pontian Eagles have taken a 1-0 lead in that game as they approach half-time, thanks to One World and Sportal for all your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. Here's Maricic looking for Boffa on this near side and finds him. Boffa brings it under and goes to Marino. He's brought down by Hassan, and another booking now for Hassan. So, like I said, the yellow card's now starting to come out thick and fast. As De Oliveira is back on for Para Hills. There's a quick handshake there from Kurukumana and Boffa. Karachi on this one, and will take it with the left foot in swinger. Looks for the ball there, and Hassan eventually clears out for a corner, but put into a dangerous position. But I think that was Maricic, just couldn't quite win the flick. That ball comes all the way down off the roof there, straight into Karachi. Couldn't have done that any better. As he'll look to take this one left foot in swinger, and does so. Goes far post. Delingus unable to hold, and eventually cleared by Almeida into Mori and out for a goal kick. Delingus claiming that he was held. The ref didn't see anything in that. As Para Hills will get the game underway with a goal kick. Here's Ulaj. He goes long looking for Hussein in behind Boffa, and he gets there. Followed by Maricic. Maricic with a good challenge there. Ball's out for a throw in. Completely different side, this Para Hills team that I saw against Playford, when nothing went right for them that day. Today though, everything coming up roses for them. Here's Amanda, looks to beat Karachi and does, gets into the box, doesn't beat Boffa though. That day they were missing a few players, Para Hills, and to be honest, in particular they were missing De Oliveira, who's just an absolute outstanding player, and alongside his partner in crime in the middle of the park, Kurukumana, have bossed this game today. Righty wins that for Para Hills, and here is Kurukumana breaking forward, finds Hussein. He's challenged by Piscineri, and eventually wins the free kick. As we hit the 13 minutes played in this second half, we're interested to see what Dan Mullen has to do next to bring some life into this Campbelltown side. Try and get a goal back. If they can get one, they might be able to get two. They've won a corner. Apiakubi pressured Ulaj into, not Ulaj, sorry, it looks like De Oliveira on that side. Almeida on that far side, sorry. And he wins the corner. Karachi goes across to take it. In swinger, cleared by De Oliveira, and out for another corner, and I can tell you that it is 1-1 between Mount Barker and Noarlunga in State League 2, and a goal straight from the corner in that game, the equaliser from Noarlunga. As the ref's just been given something from Maricic, I'm not quite sure what that is, but we'll find out later on. As the in-swing is taken, here's Maricic, won by Ulaj and away, and here's Amanda able to break away. Boffa does well to track back and catch him. Here's Amanda, just holds the ball up, goes inside, does very well to keep the ball, and does so, goes all the way back to Ulaj. Who's happy to take their time. Here's Hassan, he'll look to go long and looks for Smith, finds Smith in behind and all right, tracks back. Here's De Oliveira, he finds Amanda, who looks to hit it, no, block, shut down by Maricic, force wide. Here is Amanda, he looks to cross to Felix, cleared there by Boffa at the far post, who does very well with Felix lurking at the back. Piscineri does well to keep that in and eventually wins the throw in. Kubi doesn't read the bounce, and Almeida comes away with it for Para Hills. Here's Hassan. He goes all the way back to Delingus in goal. He goes long, looking for Smith on the far side up against Liam Bruno, and Liam Bruno wins that one to start with. And he wins the second ball as well and keeps it in, goes back to Maricic. Maricic all the way back to Magetto. He goes long and out of play for a throw in on the far side. And I can also confirm that the goal in the first goal in the Panthers game was also directly from a corner for Alex Rideout. So nothing unusual there from Alex Rideout, to be honest. We've seen him score many of those before. Here's Para Hills with the ball again. I believe I haven't had any further updates, but Northern Demons in the State League 2 are 1-0 up in their game. Here's Kurakwamana, finds Hussein, who in turn looks for Smith, but cut out by Liam Bruno. Here's Marino looking for Murray over the top, and Delingus is out. Does well. Here's Marino. He's going to look to shoot, and does, but blocked by Ulaj. He absolutely hit that beautifully, but Felix can't keep it in. Marino's claiming handball, but absolutely beautiful. And Dan Mullen looks to go to his bench. He's taking off Marino and Karachi in place of Baresi and Malisi. Baresi will probably look to go up top, and Malisi will look to come on in the midfield for Marino. So it looks like might be going to... Yeah, he's going after this game. He's going to go Baresi up here, Kubi front line. Malisi's gone into the middle of the park. Here's Boffa, finds up here Kubi. He can't bring it under control under the pressure, and Felix manages to keep it in and go long. Good battle there between Amanda and Allright, and De Oliveira eventually knocks that out. Here's Baresi with his first touch. Does well. Boffa finds Malisi. Malisi turns. Dispossessed by De Oliveira, but Allright cleans up. Here's Liam Bruno. He can't bring it under control, and it's a foot race between him and Smith wins it. Here's Muradi on the far side. He looks to cross and finds Hussein inside. He goes to Kurakwamana back, but Malisi cuts that out. Here's Murray. He keeps the ball, goes back to Liam Bruno for Campbelltown. He looks to bring it infield and does to Piscinari. And here's Malisi. He finds Boffa. Boffa keeps it and goes back to Allright. Allright finds Piscinari. Allright. All the way back to Luca Magello. Here's Maricic. Happy to bring it forward. Weighing up his options. Goes long looking for Baresi. He turns but can't beat Ulaj and Hassan, and Hassan knocks it high. Allright wins it. Here's Murray. Murray to Baresi. Murray gets it back. He's forced wide. Looks to cross and does, but cut out by Ulaj. And Ulaj goes long looking for Amanda, and Amanda brings it down. And Allright wins that one. But Amanda comes away with it. Does very well to come away with it. Weighs up his options and finds Muradi marauding down that right-hand side. Muradi, faced by Liam Bruno. He cuts it inside for Amanda. Amanda hits it first time, blocked by Piscinari. Smith unable to follow up with the header. And Luca Magetto happy to take that one. But very dangerous signs there for Para Hills. Or for Campbelltown, should I say, with in fact Muradi able to burst down that right-hand side. Magetto goes short and then goes long to Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno in turn to Murray. Murray cuts inside, goes around Kurakwamana, and back outside to Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno keeps the ball, goes all the way back to Maricic. Campbelltown just struggling at the moment, just to find some space to play the next pass. Maricic goes long looking for Baresi, but Hassan wins that one unchallenged. Here's Malisi. Baresi can't get on the end of that pass, and Malisi wins it back for Campbelltown. Gives it away. Here's Kirk Romana. Finds Hussein through the middle. Hussein then tackled by Maricic. And Malisi picks up the loose ball. Campbelltown looks to come forward again as we're going into the 21st minute. Here's Murray. He looks to get onto his right foot, but runs into trouble in Kirk Romana and then gives away the free kick. As we've got a goal in the Blue Eagles Fulham United game in State League 1, and Fulham have taken a 2-1 lead in that game, and Para Hills look to go to the bench for again this time during the half. They did make that change at half time, and the change is looks like Hassan and Smith to make way. Hassan on a yellow card, so it looks like Williams has come on, and Simopoulos and Smith makes way as well. Smith and Hassan off. Williams will go into this right hand side, and Felix will drop back into the right back role, and that's off Maricic now for a corner. And Simopoulos will go into the midfield, and I'd say he'd probably take up Smith's position on that far right hand side. As De Oliveira slowly makes his way across the field to take this corner. An outswinger. He looks to go near post. Kirk Romana wins the header at the near post, but it puts that over the bar. But it was a free head. That's again a worrying sign there for Campbelltown, for him to win a free header as easy as that. As Campbelltown go long with the goal kick, and Baresi brings that under control beautifully and turns out of trouble away from Williams, goes line and finds Malisi. Malisi tracked by Felix, and between Felix and Kirk Romana win the ball, and Williams looks to bounce through challenges and does. Here's Hussein, but eventually loses out. Here's All Right. Malisi looking to release Apia Kubi, and he's forced wide by Almeida and eventually wins the corner for Campbelltown. Maybe Campbelltown can get something from this one. Malisi certainly been a bit of a spark since he's come on for Campbelltown. And Baresi just giving a target man for Campbelltown up front, and his touch has been quite impressive so far since he's come on. Murray swings that one in looking for Piscineri, but cleared by Para Hills. Simopoulos eventually clears only as far as All Right though. And here's Maricic. He looks to find Murray in behind Felix, and he finds Murray. Murray first time across, great ball in, and there's one for Boffa to finish, and that puts Campbelltown back in this game. It's 3-1. But great play there from Campbelltown, winning the ball in the half after the half clearance from Para Hills, finding Murray in some space in behind Felix, and he's able to first time cross, and no one picking up Boffa inside the 6-yard box, and he's able to finish with an empty net. Dellingus won't be happy about that one, and the fact that no one followed Boffa into the middle of the goal, or into the middle of the box, and he was able to finish. Here's Kirk Romana. Can Campbelltown now take confidence out of that and make that one goal count and get that into 2? And we've got a real game on our hands. Here's Simopoulos. He mishits that, and Boffa cleans that up. He looks to switch it and does to Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno on the left-hand side. He looks to find Baresi in behind Felix, and he does keep it in. He looks to switch and find Murray, but cleared by Muradi. And as far as Liam Bruno, he goes wide, but doesn't hit that right at all. And Muradi comes away with it for Para Hills. But that goal can give Campbelltown some much needed confidence. Here's Apia Kubi. He looks to hit it and does. Asking a lot from himself there to beat Dellingus from that range. And Dellingus makes the easy save. And he goes long looking for Hussein in behind, but All Right wins that one. Here's Amanda. Approaches the 18-yard box on his left and he hits it, and Maricic blocks. They let him go a long way with that before they closed him down. I've noticed Amanda happy to wear whatever numbers available these days. He started with 5 at the start of the season. He had 10 the other week. He's now got 7 on his back, so clearly doesn't have a favourite number, unlike some players who only wear certain numbers. De Oliveira can't turn that on, but Hussein makes it work. Here's Kurkumana. Loose touch, and Maricic wins that tackle. Liam Bruno comes away with it for Campbelltown, but Kurkumana's quick to get that one and draws the foul from Liam Bruno, who needs to be careful. He is on a booking already. We've also got a goal in another State League 1 game, Cumberland and Sturt, and being played at Cumberland's ground, and Sturt have taken a 1-0 lead in that game. In the 68th minute, here's De Oliveira for Para Hills, goes forward, goes wide and finds Felix. Felix faced up against Boffa, goes outside of him and crosses, and there it is, and that's a great save from Luca Magetto. That should have been for all money in the back of the net. A great ball in there from Felix, all the way across, and Amanda coming in at the far post. But Luca Magetto keeping his team in the game here with that save, gets across his box and throws himself at that one and forces it out for a corner. That's just an outstanding save. Cleared by Campbelltown. Here's De Oliveira for Para Hills. Cross there from Simopoulos. Cleared by Boffa. Only as far as Felix. He goes inside to Hussein. In turn goes back to De Oliveira. He goes wide to Simopoulos. Cuts in on his left, loses his footing but keeps the ball. Here's Kurkumana. De Oliveira lines up and hits it. Oh, and sends that one just over the bar. He had Luca Magetto scrambling a little bit there. And Dan Mullen's going to the bench for the last time today. This is his last window of substitutions, and he's brought on Graves, Nicholas Graves. Looks like all right's made way. Here is Malisi. Wins it. Here is Graves. He can't clip it past De Oliveira. Here's Felix, finds Kurkumana. And with that change, they've moved Boffa into centre back alongside Maricic. And Malisi, who I thought come on and added a spark in the middle of the park for Campbelltown, has dropped into right back, with Graves coming into the middle of the park with Pictionary. Kurkumana goes wide to Felix. He looks to find Williams down the line, but cut out by Boffa. Here's Kurkumana. Hussein. All the way back to Almeida. Brings it forward. He finds Simopoulos. Simopoulos back to De Oliveira, who finds Muradi again down that right-hand side. He looks to cut in and cross and does so. Cut out by Maricic, only as far as Kurkumana. He lets that go to Felix. Felix on his left. Goes inside and finds Hussein. Here's Kurkumana. Finds Amanda. Maricic forces him back, does very well, and he goes all the way back to Almeida. Very well defended there from Maricic, but does leave a hole at the back, unable to exploit it. Here's Maricic looking for Baresi, finds him. He brings that under and looks for Murray, but Muradi cuts that out and goes wide to Amanda on the far side. Amanda turns inside. Here is Felix for Para Hills on this left-hand side. Goes back to Ulaj, inside to Kirk Romano, and De Oliveira picks it up. Gives it away, but Apia Kubi wins the free kick for Campbelltown. I believe the score is 1-1 in the Northern Demons clash in State League 2. We are at 3-1 in this RAA NPLSA clash between Campbelltown and Para Hills here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. I'll get it right in a second. Here's Graves. He goes wide to Liam Bruno on the far side. Liam Bruno goes further wide into Josh Murray on the left-hand side. Murray looks to run at Muradi and does. He gets across in, and Galingas takes that one just in front of Apia Kubi, who couldn't quite get there. Felix goes inside, but only gives that away to Graves, who can't direct a header anywhere except back to Para Hills. There's De Oliveira, goes past Graves, but not past Piscineri. Piscineri wins it back, finds Baresi, gets the ball back from Baresi. Held up by Kirk Romano, but goes wide to Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno looks for Baresi on this near side and finds him. Up against Felix, cuts onto his left foot, swings across in far post. Muradi clears, but only as far as Kurokamana, but Kurokamana does well to bring that away, and he looks for Amanda. Amanda looks to take on Maricic, but gets the ball past him, but can't do anything more than that. And Luca Ghetto cleans up for Campbelltown. 33 minutes, we're into the 33rd minute here. Malisi can't win that header, and Augustus Williams comes away with it for Para Hills. It's 4-on-3 at the moment. He looks to cross and does so, finds Aman, but tracked back by Liam Bruno and cleared by Malisi. Not the right ball there from Williams, I don't think, but anyway, Murray looks to find Apia Kubi in behind, and Almeida and Ulaj deal with it. Muradi comes away with it. Here's Kirkomana, De Oliveira. Hussein. He looks to run at the back line of Campbelltown. He goes wide to Simopoulos, who in turn goes wider again to Muradi. Parahush is happy to keep the ball. Two goal lead. With just over 10 minutes to play in this second half. But happy to keep moving the ball. Here's De Oliveira. Goes inside. Here's Kirk Romano, who two of them have been outstanding today in the middle of the park for Para Hills. Here's Muradi. Finds Williams, but an awkward ball for him. He can't run onto it. Here is Williams. Kirk Romano. Little 1-2s at the top of the box in combination play, and it comes out to Simopoulos, who hits it first time and blazes that over the bar and over the netting behind the goal. And out for a goal kick. And Luca Maggetto will look to take this one. Goes long, looking for Baresi on this near side. It's short. Muscles De Oliveira off the ball. Para Hills come away with it again. And they find Amanda in behind. Here's Amanda 1v1. He cuts it across to Hussein, but it's been flagged offside for the initial run from Amanda. I didn't see that flag go up till very late, until the ball was in the back of the net. Here is Boffa. He'll go across to Maricic on the far side. Maricic weighs up his options and he goes outside of him to Murray. Murray, little dink into Baresi, but one there by De Oliveira. And Boffa cleans up. Para Hills will look to go to the bench in what will be their last change. Here's Piscineri. Baresi looks to get Apia Kubi in behind, but Delingus is out early and picks that one up. And Para Hills will take their time. It will be Strezda to come on for Para Hills in their last change, I believe. Here is Kurokomana looking to release Amanda, but not on the same wavelength there as the ball goes through to Luca Maggetto at the back, and Maricic looks to get Graves in behind. Happy to see that out for a throw-in off Felix. He takes the throw, finds Baresi. Josh Baresi outnumbered, and Felix comes away with it. Finds Kurokomana and back to De Oliveira. Those two have been everywhere for Para Hills today. Here's Maricic. Eventually loses out to Hussein. Felix looks for Amanda. Amanda gets there before Boffa and then looks to release Williams. And it's flagged offside, and Williams is quick but not quick enough in that instance. That looks to be Hussein making way. Who's toiled away up front today for Para Hills. He's done well for Para Hills and been a great partnership between him and Amanda. That looks to be Williams will go up top with Amanda, and Strezda will come onto this left-hand side of midfield. Baresi looks to keep that in, but can't. We'll go into the last 10 minutes of this game, plus time added. Para Hills leading 3-1 in the RAA NPLSA round 7 between Para Hills and Campbelltown, and Strezda flicks it over but only knocks it out. Here's Boffa with the throw, goes long looking for Apia Kubi, and Ulaj wins that one. Out for another throw. Boffa goes long looking for Baresi in behind, but Ulaj just positions himself in the way. And Delingus takes his time and does pick it up eventually. De Oliveira for Para Hills. Handball. Tries to win the free kick but doesn't, and does get pinned for handball. And Boffa's running a very fine line here. He's just pushed Strezda over. Strezda's going to get booked for holding a play up. So Strezda's booked, and Boffa, I think, is going to receive a booking, and that's him done. So that's Boffa receiving his second yellow card, I believe. No, sorry, he's just scored, that's right. Apologies. So Boffa's received the yellow for the push on Strezda. Strezda's been booked for holding the play up. And Piscineri will take the free kick. He goes to the far post. Cleared by De Oliveira. Back in by Murray. Cleared by Para Hills. Baresi, top of the box. Bit of a scramble, and De Oliveira eventually gets the ball out. And here's Williams, who can open his legs and does so. He's one-on-one now with the keeper. He cuts it across and gives it away to Malisi. He should have just continued going to the goal, but looked for the pass in the end. Here's De Oliveira. Kurokomana for Para Hills. I think Williams and Percy could have just kept going there and gone towards goal instead of looking to cut that ball across, but he looked for the pass and gave it away straight to Malisi. Here's De Oliveira, back to Kurokomana, who wins a free kick from Baresi. Apologies to Boffer. I did think he was booked, but it was a goal that he'd scored, not a booking. Here's Williams, who looks to run at the defence again and does so. This time looks inside to find Amanda and does. Amanda's faced with Boffer. Boffer does well to force him wide. Here's Muradi. Amanda gets it back. Boffer's not giving him an inch. Forces him wide, does very well. Here's Amanda, cuts back inside and finds De Oliveira at the top of the box. He then goes wide to Muradi. Muradi crosses. Oh, he shoots and it's gone in! He has shot from the edge of the corner of the 18-yard box, and Luca Maggio unable to keep that out, and that's gone in at the far post for goal number 4 for Para Hills. And that, I would say, is now game over well and truly. 4-1 in the 41st minute. What I thought was looked to be a cross to start with, and end up flying into the back of the corner. I'm not sure if Maggio got caught unawares or if that was a shot initially from Muradi, but Para Hills don't mind. They've taken a 4-1 lead. And we've also got another goal in the Demons game. They've gone 2-1 up in State League 2. But what a goal from Muradi, and that one's certainly going to go into goal of the week contender, I would say. And Boffer is really struggling at the moment. I'm not sure if it's from cramp or if he's done something else, but he's really struggling. He can't even continue, so that's going to... They've got no subs left. They've still got 4 minutes plus time added, but Boffer is really struggling. This is going to be very interesting to see how Campbelltown finish this game. Here's Piscineri. Up here, Kubi finds Malisi. Malisi finds Piscineri, gets the ball back, looks to cross and cut out by Felix. As Para Hills do have the opportunity to make one more sub in their window. The last window remaining, because they did make a change at half time. And they've removed De Oliveira. And what a game he's played today for Para Hills. He's led with an absolute outstanding performance. That's allowed Kambura to come on in his place for the last 3 or so plus time added. We've also got goals all over the place. Murray swings one in. Baresi gets up high but can't go goal bound, and here's Graves. He's unable to cross it and cleared by Simopoulos. Williams up against Liam Bruno, and Liam Bruno wins that one, but only as far as Williams, who finds Muradi. And as we'll quickly go through the results of the other games, Adelaide Blue Eagles are 2-2 with Fulham, and Fulham have had a man sent off in that game. Sturt Line have taken a 2-0 lead over Cumberland, and Ponty and Adelaide Vipers have equalised and made it 1-1 in that game. Here's Campbelltown coming away with it. Here's Piscineri, but he loses out, and Kirk Romana picks that up and goes back towards Campbelltown's goal. He finds Amanda, but Boffer holds him up. And Boffer is really struggling to even walk at this present moment in time. I'm not sure if he's injured or if it's cramp, but I really feel for him at this stage because he is pushing his way through it, and Williams can't keep the ball in on that far side. And the Blue Eagles goal has been cancelled out. So they are still losing 2-1 to Fulham United. Thanks to One World and Sportal for all your LED indoor and outdoor solutions as we approach the 90th minute mark in this game. Not long to go. Here's Baresi on the far side. He cuts inside on his right, gets through, finds Apia Kubi. Then he's dispossessed by Kambura, and Baresi's not happy with that one. He wanted to take that further and shoot, but does win a corner, and Murray will head over to take this one. And the Salisbury United South Adelaide Panthers game has finished with Panthers running out 4-0 winners in their first win of the 2025 season in State League 1. Ball swung in near post, cleared by Muradi. Simopoulos can't keep that in. And there are 2 more games in the RAA NPLSA to be played this evening. Adelaide United take on West Torrens Bacala at 6:30. Here's Murray. Gets into the box, crosses, finds Pictionary. He's able to bring it down, but he's unable to get a shot. Finds Baresi. Baresi hits it and curls that one into the corner. And they've managed to get a second goal this evening, or this afternoon. Josh Baresi with a great little finish there on the left foot into that corner. Dellingus unable to stop that one. But I think it might be a little bit too late for Campbelltown to get anything out of this game, as there is not much time left. It'll only be time added as we do play 45 minutes. And the other game on this evening, 7:30 at TK Shutter, is North East Metro Stars versus Playford. What should be a very interesting encounter. Playford doing very well in their first year back into the RAA NPLSA. Here's Strezda crosses, but Luke Magetto finds that one. He throws out looking for Maury. Maury on the far side looks to run and does. He's tracked by Simopoulos. Maury looks for Baresi and finds him into the box. Baresi hits, and he's hit the bar. He's beaten Dellingus, but not the bar. And that could have made it very interesting and brought it back to 4-3. But Felix comes away with it as things started to really liven up in this last few minutes. Here's Strezda, gets past Malisi, but Malisi wins it back and then gives it away. Williams finds Simopoulos on the far side. Here's Maricic, he finds Pictionary. He looks long and goes long, looking for Maury. Ulaj cuts that out. Maury's the first one to recover and gets up. He's greeted by two. He finds Baresi. Baresi looks to cross. He shoots. And straight into the arms of Dellingus. Very tight angle. Would have taken a lot more to beat Dellingus from there, but worth an effort. Here's Almeida for Parra Hills. He goes wide and finds Maradi. He looks to beat Graves. Comes back inside to Simopoulos. Simopoulos switches play and finds Strezda. He brings it under control. Keeps it in. Goes to Williams. There's a 1-2. Here's Strezda, gets down the line and crosses. Maricic gets in the way and Boffa does the rest. Does very well considering he is really struggling. He's done very well there. Baresi keeps it in. He goes inside to Pictionary. Pictionary around the corner to Baresi. Baresi onto that left and looks for Maury, but cut out by Felix. There cannot be too much time left. Only a few more minutes, I would say, of time added. Here's Almeida. Gambora goes wide to Maradi. Maradi finds Simopoulos. Who's just happy to keep the ball. Here is Gambora on the ball for Parra Hills. He finds Amanda. He runs at the back line. He looks to shoot and does on his right, blocked by Maricic. Liam Bruno gets there first with Campbelltown and finds Apia Kubi. He can't bring it under control. And all the way back to Dellingus for Parra Hills, who he will certainly take his time. As Parra Hills will just keep the ball at the back as long as they can. Kirkleminer turns. Here's Malisi for Campbelltown. Tries to find Baresi, but cut out by Ulaj. Graves wins it back, but there's Gambora. Ulaj looks in behind, but Liam Bruno cuts that one out, and there cannot be much time left, as Graves is just struggling at the moment as well now. Campbelltown, the walking wounded at the moment. Here's Gambora. Goes back to Kurokomana. Parra Hills just to play, happy just to play keep ball now. Here's Simopoulos. He finds Maradi overlapping again. He cuts it back. Cut out by Boffa. Boffa does brilliantly there. He finds Pictionary. Pictionary doesn't have much options up front. He just goes long, looking to hopefully find Apia Kubi in behind, but Almeida cleans that up. Goes back to Dellingus and they'll just make him run. And they do. Here is Almeida, happy to slow it down again. And we'll close things out. Fulham 2-1 in time added over Blue Eagles. Sturt 2-0 over Cumberland in time added. Adelaide Vipers and Pontians play just over an hour. Still 1-1 there. South Adelaide 4-0 over Salisbury in State League 1. Thanks to One World LED and One World LED and Sportal for all your LED solutions indoor and outdoor. Here's Williams in behind Malisi. Malisi tracks back well and wins it, keeps the ball in. And Shrewsbury happy to see it out in this RAA NPLSA round 7 clash. As we do go into the 6th minute of time added. Para Hills 4-2 over Campbelltown with an early red card to Alex Mullen in about the 30th minute of that first half. Shrewsbury swings it in. And there's Amanda, and he's finished it with a plum. That makes it 5. And on that's the last touch of the game. And Daniel Faulkner calls time with Para Hills running out 5-2 winners, with Amanda getting his name on the score sheet right at the end. Para Hills commanding in the midfield area, and that's where the battle was won today. As we see Campbelltown go down with another loss, and Para Hills taking another 3 points, which puts them just outside finals now, I believe. I have been your commentator, Mark Talbot. Thanks for joining me for this Campbelltown Para Hills RAA NPLSA Round 7 clash here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Tune in tonight, 6:30, Adelaide United versus West Torrens Bacalla, or the North East Metro Stars playing Playford at 7:30 if you can. The more viewers, the more people getting out to games is great to see. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.